Good morning or afternoon. If it's that time of day where you are, it's very possible. Oh, let's get you guys looking here. There we go. Let's see. How about let's get you zoomed in maybe. How's that look? Just out of curiosity, let me look over here real quick. Whoops. There we go. All right. So I've been very busy. Oh my goodness, have I been busy? I've been making cabs, wire wrapping, of course, rockhounding. I'll tell you a little bit about this adventure in particular as we look at some of these rocks. A lot of pet wood here. All right. Sorry, I'm still getting set up just a little bit here, guys. Good morning. How are you, Rufo? That my favorite piece sure did show up good on your live last night under the UV. I haven't had a chance. You were live again this morning. I haven't had a chance to watch. This is a cab made out of that piece. I've got tons of that material that I sent to you. And yeah, even with all the lights on, you can kind of see that fluoresce. It's beautiful stuff. I love that stuff. And it'll get that like feldspar shine in it every once in a while too. It's just, and it's easy to work material. So yeah, I love that. I don't know exactly what it is, but I love it. It's easy to work. It's beautiful. It's fun under the black light. So as opposed to like pet wood and agates and things that are terribly hard to work with, that's a joy. That's a joy to cut and polish. Yeah, I had a wonderful 4th of July. It was loud, it was rowdy, it was everything I hoped it would be up here in the, podunk of Montucky. It sounded like there was quite a few fireworks at your place too. So yeah, we had a good time. So I went out the other day and found obviously a lot of pet wood, but should I start with the nicest first? Why not? That thing is fully agatized. I meant to have a light ready. Oh, let's see. It's awful bright in here, but and the batteries are completely dead in that flashlight. Let me see if I can find, because this light shines all the way through that piece, and it looks like a little piece of strawberry fruit roll up or something. It's beautiful. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we can get any light to pass through this at all for you guys with all of the lights that are on today. No, not really. Not really. Okay, and I can't see my camera. There we go. No, not really. In the dark though, this is beautiful. So stay tuned for the actual video of me finding this, and I'll be sure to put a picture in the end reel of this backlit because it's so cool. I love it. Love it, love it. I was pretty excited. I have this really weird, look how agate it is, you guys. I have this really weird superstition that if I find a feather when I'm out hunting, that I'm about to find something really nice. And I found the tiniest little downy, fluffy little feather, and I picked it up. I had just told my friend, look, I've got weird superstitions. I do weird things. That doesn't mean that you have to do it. Hey, Jeff, I was like, I pick rocks up and I put them exactly back in the hole like I found them. You don't have to do that. It's weird. I make the offerings to the rock gods where I put rocks up on top of them, on top of other rocks. I was like, you don't have to do that. That's weird. So she's a beginning rock hound, and I'm trying to tell her, like, you'll know you've been behind me. Like, nature did not do this. Nature did not put a rock up on top of another rock. I did that. So you can tell that I've been here. You don't have to adopt these weird habits of mine, I'm telling her. But I did tell her I had this superstition that if I find a feather, generally then I find something pretty nice. And then this little downy feather was stuck on the top of this little grass thing, and I picked it up, and it was just a little poof, just a little fluff of feather. And I was like, "Ooh, I just found a feather." And she was like, "Hey, hey, hey, that means you're going to find something nice." And I was like, "Well, let's hope." Yes, thank you, Rufo, for doing that. Much appreciated. And good morning, Karen. I hope you had a wonderful celebration. Yeah, anyway, it was a few minutes later, and I found this sweet piece of petrified wood after I found the little downy feather. So I don't, it just confirms my superstition, of course. Here's another really nice chunk that I found that day. It's not as agate as the other one. But it's still pretty darn cool. Thank you, Karen. Thank you. This one was really actually cool underneath the black light. It has this band of, I'm not sure if it's opal or agate, that runs all the way through it, and it runs a couple times through here. I'm going to get this wet for you guys. Oh, I'm going to try anyway. This is a brand new spray bottle. Yep, there we go. Did it help or hinder? Well, I'm not real sure it helped. Anyway, not the nicest piece, definitely not like jewelry grade or anything, but really kind of a fun piece to check out under the UV. And then I just found so many littles. So I'm really proud of myself this week, you guys. Not only did I get a lot of work done at the big machine, I got some rock hounding done, I got some wire wrapping done, and you're never going to believe this. It's going to blow your socks off, guys. I got my tumbler started again. How long have we been waiting for me to get that tumbler rolling again? Oh, forever. Forever. So yeah, look at me go. So as soon as I finish that batch of rocks that's in there, I would like to do another full load of pet wood again. I just love the way that turned out. So I've got plenty of little pieces here ready to go. Good job. We always say they can't fit all of us in the jail, so let's all just break the law today. Go. And in that, I'm referring to Karen was talking about how in where she lives, they weren't allowed to light off fireworks last night, but that didn't stop anybody down at the beach, she said. So, you guys are talking about not being able to do fireworks where you're living, and that's just breaking my heart. It turns me into such a kid. I am definitely my father's daughter in that regard. The louder they are, the more aggressive they are, the more almost slightly life-threatening they are, the more of a thrill I get out of it. And I got in trouble a few years ago for lighting them off before the 4th of July. It was the 2nd, 3rd of July or whatever, and I let the kids do some little fireworks in the backyard, and we might have got a little carried away. It was still pretty early, but we were getting pretty noisy. And the cop showed up later, and he's like, "Looks like you guys have got plenty of water and stuff. It's just they're not allowed in city limits before the 4th of July, so don't do them before the 4th." And so now I'm a little leery to do them in town before the 4th because I did get in trouble once. But like the whole town was like that this year. I couldn't believe it. I was so sad. Like not even one little kid lit one off on the 3rd. You know, like I expect to hear kids out in the street doing firecrackers on the 3rd, and there was none. I was like, what in the heck? Do I live in America? Do I? I'm almost ashamed to say I come from this town if there's not going to be a couple kids out doing some fireworks. So, but they picked it up on the 4th of July out here, and we got plenty rowdy. So it was a good time. That's a pretty piece. I love that piece. And won't that be cool in the tumbler, you guys? You see all of that banding and stuff. Good morning, Slim. Or afternoon if it is such where you are. And Boot. All right, we got the gang here. So this was a fun walk. Again, I took my friend Rebecca. She's a very novice rockhound. Ooh, the focus is kind of, I better pay attention. And so I gave her some quick lessons out in the field, and we looked at some rocks. She took her dog, and we weren't really sure how he would do. He did great. My dog always gets in the dang slough holes and anything gross that she can find out when we're out walking. And she kept a really close eye on her dog. She didn't let him go too far away. And even doing so, we walked past one of the slough holes, and both the dogs got in together, and she was over there hollering, no, he's a white dog. He got in the crude oil mud, turned his little feet black. So it was fun. He did really good. She did really good. We'll probably do that again where they join us. But I've got to throw her under the bus where throwing under the bus is permitted. Yeah. So her dog, he's huge. He's just a big doofus too. I love him. He's just a knucklehead. And he was behind me a little bit, over my left shoulder a little bit, and I could hear him just sniffing. I'm not sure what this is, by the way. This probably isn't pet wood. It might be. I see maybe some grainy pattern here, but it might even just be quartz or some kind. It might be pet wood. I'll have to hit it with the UV later and see if it pops. But it might be like a little fossil too. I'm not super sure what we're looking at here. But anyway, her dog. So he's over my left shoulder, and I could hear him just a sniffing, snooting and a sniffing. Just. And I was like, what you got there, buddy? Like I say, my dog, she didn't waste any time. She got right in the slough hole. She rolled in it right away. She had gophers she was barking at. I kind of let her roam a little because I trust her. I know she's not going to get in too much trouble, but like all of a sudden we were smelling something horrible, and we kept blaming it on her. We're like, God, you really stink, girlfriend, really reeking. Don't come near me. You smell, I'm not touching you. You stink. But I wasn't sure. I was like, she smells like she rolled in something dead. But every time she'd come over, all she smelled like was crude oil. And I'm like, what in the world? Again, I don't really know what I'm looking at here. This, I do remember, glowed like pet wood under the light, but I'm not sure that it's not some kind of quartz. So anyway, sorry, I keep getting distracted with the rocks. I'm trying to tell this story. So we keep smelling something dead, and I keep blaming it on my dog. And all of a sudden, her dog's over there just, he's got his nose buried in the dirt, just sniffing away. And I'm like, what you got there, buddy? And I go look, and he is sniffing. And I'm not joking, guys. This tiny little gut string, and it was no bigger than this string on this black light. It was like this big around, completely dried out like leather. By the way, sorry, my fingers are filthy because I did fireworks last night and I didn't shower when I came home. So I smell like smoke bombs and gunpowder real bad, and my fingers are filthy. So this little tiny leather dried up piece of gut in the grass, like so small and completely dry. And he's just sniffing it, right? And I'm like, get out of there. That's yuck. Get out of there, I tell him. And right then the wind comes through, and it blows it right past my friend, this smell. And she gags so hard. And I'm like, oh no, we had just stopped to have a snack. And I'm like, uh-oh. I'm just like, uh-oh, I'm just going to try to ignore what's going on over there. And she takes a great big breath after she retches real hard. And she must have just grabbed another big lung full of this stink because she gagged real hard again. And I managed to not laugh at her right when it happened. But I was walking down the hill like 20 minutes later and I just lost it. I started laughing so hard and she's like, "What's so funny?" And I was like, "You." And I hollered at her in the midst of all this. I'm like, "Don't just stand there and keep smelling it. Like, walk on, move along, get out of the stink." I'm like, I don't know. This was going well, but I'm not sure she's got the stomach for this. She did fine. She kept her snack in her belly and she did fine, but it was very funny later. I laughed so hard later. This is cool. This was a pretty piece of pet wood. I like this little like bit of detail. I'm going to try to get you in here. This little it's the banding. There's the words. They're so hard all of a sudden. The banding in here is very cool. Uh-oh. Come on, focus. Anyway, that's like completely jasperized pet wood. I don't even know if I have the heart to throw that one in the tumbler. It's kind of cool just the way it is. Yeah, you know how that goes sometimes. This was cool. I'm going to get this wet for you guys. This is like the greenest green jasper I've seen up here in a long time. It's just a little tiny chunk. That's nothing that, oh, actually that might be something. That is part of that rock, that little white pocket. Come on, focus. There we go. But yeah, I thought that was it. I found like another little tiny piece that I don't know what I'm going to do with that ever. But it was juicy, I thought, so I had to kind of have a look at it. I don't know what this is. Is this a little agate? Is it just a little quartz? Oops. Come on, the focus. Hey, Mike, how are you? Welcome. Glad you made it. This little guy, I would have no trouble throwing in the tumbler at all. He might be a little, he could use a little, like maybe, pardon me, run through the trim saw right there on that corner just to help smooth him out before the tumbler. Now that I have that option as a tumbler, that's something I try to keep in mind, that I can, you know, this rock may not be appropriate for the tumbler, but I could probably make it appropriate for the tumbler. I don't know what this is, but I liked it. So in the bag it went, came home with me. Again, that would be a great one for the tumbler. I probably, like I say, will load the tumbler up with nothing but pet wood this next time. But if anybody else has a tumbler, they just need stuff to put in it. If I knew Mike, I'll probably tell you what it is. This is probably just a little piece of jasper. Nothing really special. A lot of our jaspers will sometimes get little fossils and things in them. This one was interesting. I wondered if this was things. It's still dirty on the bottom. It needs an acid bath if you want to see what's under that. Let's get it wet really quick. Ooh, it's pretty. Yeah, I apologize again. I should have washed my hands. I ate ribs. I ate burgers. I did fireworks. I'm filthy today. Oh, but I'm happy. So we'll just let it be. That's what summer's all about. So yeah, I'm not super sure what kind of stuff is in this rock, but it'd be fun to maybe check out a little closer under jeweler's loop and maybe even throw in a tumbler someday or polish up. Excuse me, I need to have a little sip of my coffee. Mm. I don't know what this is, but I bet it was be really pretty cut. Whoops, now I've got it kind of wet in some spots and kind of not in others. It's got kind of a jaspery sort of thing, kind of texture to it, but it's almost kind of got that like agate rind that we get on things here in Montana. It does look like it's probably well fractured all the way through, but let's see. I picked it up because I thought it might be really pretty cut. So stay tuned. I may whack that in half one of these days. So if you were here last time, which I'm not sure how many of you were, my live got like totally overran. Oh, I found this guy too. Let's see if we can see his druzy. A little bit. I think he's just a little piece of quartz, but that micro druzy on there is kind of pretty. It caught my eye. I had fully intended on showing you guys this piece last time, but my live got hacked by trolls. And so we called it quits a little early. But this, oh my gosh, you guys, I cannot tell you how absolutely over the moon I was when I found this. So about this much of it was in the dirt. Oh, my filthy fingers. Like I say, we're going to let it go. And the sun was going down. It was early evening and it was shining through. It was so lit up that I actually wondered if it was a piece of beer bottle as I approached it. And it came right out of the dirt and it came out just about as clean as a whistle. And I mean, I kissed it. I held it to the sky. I looked at the sun through it. I kissed it some more. I'm oohed. I awed. I marveled. I was like screaming at my brother and my friend. I was like, I win today. I found the nicest piece today. The competition, it's over. There is no competition today. I found the nicest piece. Right. And this was my girl. Thank you, Mike. And this was my girlfriend's first hunt. She actually stopped by and we had lost the UV light out in the field somewhere. And she stopped by with some of her rocks that she had collected over the years. Like I say, very, very amateur rock collector. She's got some nice stuff, but it's not in the magnitude or the volume that some of us have, right? She's just got a couple rocks on a shelf. That's about to change. I think she's about to fill her shelves and everything around. But she was so excited because this day she had found her very first piece of petrified wood. And I told her, I'm like, honestly, I'm glad that you didn't find this. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I just mean that I'm glad you didn't find this your first day hunting because it would take you forever and a million years to ever top this. And how disappointing would that be, to never ever be able to top your first find? So, but this is the most stunning piece. Okay, so let's get into this real quick too, by the way. This little like tree ring loop right there is beautiful. And the druzy is obvious, right? But there's a little bit bigger druzy here, bigger than this druzy here. And then it moves all the way into like bots over here. So there's like 3 different sizes. And this one's really hard to see. There. You can see how bubbly it is. All the way into like the huge bot. This is by far the most beautiful piece of agatized petrified wood I have ever found, you guys. Oh, I could just eat that up all day. I'm so stoked, you guys. Let's see if we can, and the druzy shows up even better out of focus. We tried this earlier today and we got no, oh, that's the dead one. They're identical, so it's hard to know which one's working and which one isn't. Completely transparent, translucent, not transparent. Look at it. It's just like nature's golden syrup. It's so beautiful. Oh, 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 oh. Guess what, guys? Mwah, 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 mwah. Oh, it's got like a little bit of fire here, a little bit of fire here. It's just, oh, okay. I'm sorry. I could go on all day. I really could. But we've got other things to talk about. So if you're wearing headphones or you're sensitive to noise, get ready. I'm about to shuffle these rocks so that we're not fighting for focus. Okay. I did also find, and you're going to have to probably stay tuned for the, look at that little crystal. I found a bunch of this and it was kind of just eroding out of the hill. Serious rock love going out. Yes. They say don't lick rocks. Nobody said don't kiss rocks. So I'm going to do that until I find out it's not good for me. Whoops, I dropped that one. So I found a bunch of this that was eroding out of the hill. If you guys know, help me out. Is it some kind of calcite? Anyway, I know this is going to be next to impossible. It's so bright in here. But these glow red. These crystals glow red underneath of a UV. Yeah, I'm not getting anything out of my UV. Yes, and my pooch gets smooches too, and she gets jealous a little bit when I kiss rocks. She's like, hey, your smooches are for me. Anyway, these are cool little UV specimens, you know. Again, those crystals glow red, and it's not long-lived phosphorescence, but they do really kick for just a second right after you shut the light off. Red. I've never seen red phosphoresce. So I grabbed a few of those not knowing. Again, they were kind of eroding out of the hill, and I was like, what's this? And they didn't look like septarian nodules to me, and they still don't, and they especially don't when you get them underneath the UV. So I gathered up what of it I could without like really overfilling my bag, and kind of picked some of the prettier crystal specimens that I could, and thought hopefully they fluoresce at least. I've got another rock that has this kind of a crystally stuff in it, but the base rock, the host rock, is different. So I kind of had a suspicion that these would fluoresce for sure, and that they may possibly even be that vibrant red color underneath of the UV. However, I didn't expect them to phosphoresce that red, that it just punches too. It's red and then it's gone. So very interesting. I'll probably, you know, send some of these out in packages and stuff to people I think might appreciate a quick little something like that. Let's see. What are we going to look at next? Oh, well, sure. Let's go for some of this. Find my sweet spot here. So we've learned that if we take the broken glass out of the old garbage dumps and we take it to the cabbing machine, we can smooth out the edges, polish them up, and make them real stinking pretty. Wild Rose, USA. Chromium ghost. Okay, interesting. I will definitely look into that, read up on that a little bit. This one's cool. It's got a little bit of texture to it, some lines that kind of meet halfway there. Kind of a fun little piece. This one's kind of pretty. This one's got kind of a pink hue to it. This reminds me of something Ozone would make in her jewelry, kind of that shape and almost that kind of sunstone kind of feel to it. Me, pick me, pick me. Yeah, and I'm so ticked because Jeff, I meant to put a piece of Cadence gypsum in your package, and I'm pretty sure I forgot. So let's just assume that I'm sending you another package sometime in the near future. So if you guys watched last week, you may remember this piece. It was very jagged up here at the top. That had obviously been a handle on something or a decorative piece on top of a bottle or something, but it had definitely broken off of there. And needless to say, that cabbing machine of mine has made that so smooth that you could never tell that that was broken to begin with. Yeah, Jeff, that's all right. If you want to just listen, just eavesdrop, and that's cool too. But yeah, that's a recycled piece of glass. Who would have thought that I found that in a garbage dump? An old garbage dump, 100 years old. And that I mean, it's ready for wire wrapping. It's beautiful, isn't it? And won't it make such a cool pendant? Just a simple little wire wrap up around the top too. Yeah, spying and lurking. Jeff is lurking. Here's one that I just wrapped out of this batch of cabs that I did. And it's so hard to show, but this glass has a bit of a chatoyance to it. And in the sun, it is just the most miraculously like, oh, there you can almost, in this natural light, we don't get all the pinks and pastel colors that are in there, but it looks like a dang pearl out in the sunshine. Oh, I wish I could get it to do that better. Show you that pearly luster that it has. And it has it on both sides. It's just really prettier on the other side. And of course, there's some kind of bottle markings on this side, but it doesn't distract your eye from the, and it's pretty, it's pretty, even if it's not, if it's just backlit. I know I see it here, there, and everywhere, but like I say, it's nothing compared to what it does outside. Oh, it's dreamy. It's very dreamy. It's a very cool piece of glass. So there's a few of those that I've been working on lately. And if you see anything out of all of this that you just must have, get in touch with me via email. I just wrapped this as a piece. If you guys watched Rufo's live last night, he showed that piece that I sent him. I call it my favorite rock to work with. I don't really know what else to call it because I don't know what it is. But I just wrapped this one up. And it showed really good in Rufo's live last night when it was really dark. But this is just such a fun piece to look at underneath the black light, but also just a very pretty piece on a day-to-day basis as well. So not maybe my nicest wire wrapping job, but very simple and very pretty for a little stone like this. That'll be just fine. Wild Heart, hey there. Yeah. Why? Why do you ask that, Jeff? We can trade again once. Are you okay? Oh, and no thanks. Well, we'll see. It's hard for me. By the way, okay, so what Jeff's talking about in the chat, you guys, we've done a rock exchange, Jeff and I have, and we have our packages, but we've agreed to not open them until Sunday. So stay tuned on Sunday. We are going to try to invite Jeff to go live with me and open our packages together. So I don't know how that'll work with the number of subscribers. versus will the go live option work in this situation? I assume that it will. I also assume that I am fully responsible for everything that Jeff says and does while I invite him to my live, which I'm not at all concerned about. So, yeah, so stay tuned Sunday and we'll hopefully get together. And that way, if we have any questions, comments, things like that as we go along, we can share. That way we don't have to message each other later and be like, yo, that agate you sent me is just stunning. I can just say it when I open it. Oh my gosh, I'm in love with this rock, or whatever. um Rufo, by the way, my mom, she watched your unboxing a couple of times and she's laughed the whole way through. She's rooting you on, by the way, just cheering the whole way when you're like, ooh, this petrified wood would cut nice. She's like, yes, cut it, Chris, because she'll never cut any of it. She never cuts any of it. So cut it. She was so excited for you and you were like, I'm going to cut it. It's in Facebook. Never tried Discord, but it won't send the link. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely send you maybe some voice messages on Facebook, Rufo, so we can chat about that without having to type our fingers raw. But yeah, thank you for your advice on that. We appreciate that. And hopefully it'll work. I think it will. And if not, oh well, we'll just make some videos on it later, but so anyway, I forget entirely now what I was saying before that. Jeff and I are going to switch. Oh, Rufo, my mom loves your video. And then she was like, Allison, I can't believe you put glitter in his package. Did you see how clean his house was? Oh, so it was fun to hear Mom's comments about Rufo's video. I got a kick out of it. It was fun to hear her commentary, but she thoroughly enjoyed watching, so that's great. Help push him. Rufo's so close, you guys. We got to get him just a few more watch hours and get him monetized. So yeah, glitter bomb. It wasn't bad. It was just a little glitter. It wasn't bad. Yeah, I heard. And I got a kick out of that actually. You were like, if somebody gets this in their package, I'm not responsible for starting this. Yeah, I'm not either. I got some of those are all recycled packaging stuff and I loved it. I loved it when I opened my package and there were ribbons and the confettis aren't so tiny that you can't vacuum them up real easy, or the glitter on that wrap was maybe just a bit much, but I didn't realize it was so glittery. So, but yeah, anyway, I love when my package is neatly put together and it's like opening a Christmas present or a birthday present or something. So I like to do the same for everybody else. So yeah, I'm so excited. I heard that Jeff was your first super chat. Jeff, you rock. You rock. All right. So I cut some more platinum rocks, guys. Oh, this isn't doing it justice. Not even. Well, I sent Rufo a piece of this too, and he was like, "Oh, that's cool! Like all the different ways that sparkles, and it almost looks like different layers and depths in there. Like you could reach way down in there and get a piece, and some of it's like kind of floating, almost. It's just so stunning." The backside unpolished. I'm excited to work. Yeah, I saw that. Just a little chip of it broke off the corner. Okay, so he brought the geologist, Sam the Rockman, the geologist at the Stillwater mine, brought me some new rocks. And I cut them up the other day and they're so cool. So cool. Oh, so here's some of it that isn't polished. You can see all the pyrites in there. So that piece that I cabbed there didn't have a lot of the pyrites in it, but it had a lot of this texture in the gabbros and the Oh, I can't remember what the other word is that is. Yeah, oh yeah. Hey, no big deal, dude. You do what you do. You do you, Rufo. Happy Rockhounds. But yeah, you can see just some of the, and when you polish this up, you guys, oh my goodness. This is, I'll admit, this is a little bit nicer material than that last batch was. Yeah, they're thick, so that I can get just a little bit of a curve on them and still make them pretty. You know, when I'm done with them, that's what I get. And I don't think that's too incredibly thick. Yeah, and definitely more thick, more stable. These aren't going to ever be, you know, translucent or transparent. So I'm not cutting, I'm trying to get a beautiful backlit stone or anything. And the more of a bit of an angle you can get on the corner there, the more just different angles and chatoyancies you're going to get out of some of these. This, I think, was this piece? Yeah. Oh my gosh, you guys, this stuff. Where did I put my spray bottle? There it is. Now, can we get all of that fine detail in that picture? No, not really. Yeah, some of it down there. Oh. Look at it in there. Oh, that pops when it's polished. And I'm about to show you how much it pops when it's polished. So I have some of these polished, cut, polished, and weighed for sale if you're interested. So that piece is like 10 bucks. I put quite a high price on them because it's unobtainium. But again, if you're interested, my email is in my bio. Polished on that side. Oh, so much going on. So many different little layers and textures. This is a little corner cut here. Oh, guys. And then, excuse me, there's a bunch of pyrites up in here. Of course, the live is not doing it justice, but I think they're so pretty. Oh, we got a little flick there. I got to get rid of it because I'm OCD. Can't handle it. My workspace not being spotless, which is not everybody's idea of spotless either, by the way. All right. Pretty on the outside. Lots of pyrites mixed into this piece here. And be ready for it. Oh, if the light would quit. It just blows my mind how those catch the light different. You see that one way down deep in there. Now it's gone. Now there's another one up there. It's just, oh, that like feldspar play. Let's see if I can get you in there any closer even. Yeah, super beautiful stuff. Very unique. Like I say, not just anybody can get this, not just anybody can have this. But yeah, I've got some already cut and polished here. I've got some ready for a polish. Or just left rough, however, however. I think that's about all of it that, oops, let's get it in focus for you guys. I think that's about all of it that I have that I'm ready to get rid of right now. Oop, I put him back in his little bag. I shouldn't have done that. Should look at him for a minute more. So like I say, I've got these 1, 2, 3, and this little guy, the 4 pieces polished, and then the whole pile there ready for polish. Even that little guy, he's so cool. Boop. There we go. This poor tripod has sure seen better days. Sorry, I didn't mean to make you guys seasick there. But whoops. Yeah, it's some cool stuff. So pretty. And what part of that in there is platinum? I have no idea. How they get it out of there? I have no idea. But it's supposed to be one of the richest, best platinum supplies, not just in the US, but in the world. In fact, it might be the only one in the US, but best in the world. So yeah, like I say, I'm not exactly for certain what all in there I'm looking at. I just know that as a rock hound, it's really pretty. And that Sam, the rock man, the geologist down there, he knows my brother. Like I say, went to school with my brother, went to school here. This is a very small town, and he comes back to visit. It's a little feldspar flash right in the middle. And he was like, hey, I see on YouTube and hear that your sister's cutting and polishing rocks and making jewelry and stuff. And I'd sure like to see, I've never seen this material cut and polished. Worked at the mine for a lot of years as the geologist here, and I've never seen this stuff cut and polished. Don't even know if it will cut and polish. See you, Boot. Hope you have a good afternoon at work, I assume is where you're headed. And we cut and polished it. He loved it. He brought me some more. So you betcha we're going to make Sam the Rock Man a beautiful wire wrap pendant out of this to say thank you. He's got at least that coming to say thank you. We appreciate you sharing this with us. Because how else, you guys, would we even get a look at this? We wouldn't. So, oops, and then the focus is like, he won't look anyway. So like I say, not a lot of pyrites in this piece like there are in the other pieces, but equally as beautiful. So much going on. Such a play of light. I can't even show you guys in the live. It's just not doing it justice. I have this other glass piece that I wire wrapped the other day. Kind of a funky piece of glass. There's another piece of glass, and I just drilled a hole in that one and hung it, but it's so melted. My ex-husband, he's such a jerk. Yeah, sounds good, Rutho. And I mean that very lightly. He's just blatantly honest, and he doesn't care. But so I love this piece of glass. It's all melted. I just drilled a little hole in it and hung it. It's kind of cool, you know? And he came in and burst my bubble and said, you know what it looks like? It looks like the wrinkly skin on my elbow. Thanks. Thanks. Now I can't not think of that when I see that piece. So hopefully whoever gets this piece never watches this and associates that with elbow skin. What a jerk. He messed me up. Now I can't not see that. Here's a cute little agate that I just did not long ago. And I'm pretty sure I haven't shared it with you guys yet. And it's got a square copper wire on it, which is just a little different. Let's see if we can. Was trying to get you to kind of see through him, but I don't think that's happening. Thank you, Wild. Yeah, no doubt. His elbows are ugly too. He's got a weird little pinky toe too that sticks up like a little pterodactyl claw. So he's just a goofy guy. So yeah, I'm gonna tell him if his elbow skin looks like that, he should probably be concerned. Start lotioning that elbow. Cute little agate. Well, we are getting older, Wild. I like to think my elbow skin still looks rather nice, but maybe his doesn't. I just have this one handy too. I'm pretty sure I've showed this one before, but it's handy. We might as well have a quick look at it. That beautiful blue agate on top. And then just a nice polish on the back. Cute little wire up. Anyway, so there's just some things. I've been so busy though, you guys, like, oh my goodness, between cutting and polishing all of this platinum ore, doing all of these little glass cabs, and rockhounding. I've been so busy. Let's look at this one again. This was like the first one we looked at. This completely agatized piece of petrified wood. Except this one face here. But yeah, when I hold this one up to the light at night, it's just pink. It's so pretty. Completely agate end. Oh, the focus. That was my favorite find of the day. I love the sound too of petwood. And that's why I think I like doing a whole batch in the tumbler all at once. Is because of the sound it makes. I've got some that I've tumbled before. Okay, this is gonna be loud, guys. Try not to hurt your ears. Okay. Again, I think it's... Hey, Soul? I think it's the sound that they make that I love so much about an entire batch of petwood out of the tumbler. Do you think? Do you think it's the sound they make that I love so much? Because other rocks are equally as pretty. By the way, that blue stuff you're seeing in these are, it's a bit of the grit that I never did get really washed all the way out, but I mean, it's equally as pretty as other rocks, right? In fact, that one's less than. It didn't take a polish at all. Barely took a polish, and it tumbled with all of the rest of this stuff. It just wasn't the tumbly, pretty kind of wood, right? But is it the... Yeah, it's soothing. It's like the SMR thing, like, oops, he needs to go still. Yeah, I like the sound they make anyways, but when they're tumbled, they're especially pretty. Like, I like both. I like the rough sound. I'm gonna do it. We're gonna have rock SMR. Yeah, I hope so, Jeff. If I have the heart. Sometimes, like I just said, my mom was rooting for Chris because he was like, ooh, I'm gonna cut that, and she was like, do it. Because sometimes I fall in love with the rock just the way it is, and I just don't have the heart to cut it. But I know that's what you want to see done with some of them, and some of them when they're, you know, when it's a, you know, round rock and there may be something good inside, that's the time to cut rocks, right? Does this piece need cut? No, it doesn't. I love it just the way it is. Could I cut it? Sure, I could and make some cabs or something out of it. No way, Jose. No way am I going to sacrifice that piece for calves. But this one, absolutely, this little potato, let's see what's inside him. So hopefully we can kind of agree on some of my logic about to cut or not to cut. And hopefully I can, get that job done and we can all see what's inside together. Again, this piece, I wish I could have showed this last week before the trolls got in on my thing. But showing it now. Polish the whole thing with a drill and make a keychain. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, lots of pretty rocks, Wild. And I deeply agree that they're everywhere and they should be shared with everyone. So, I'm just the collector. I'm just the person who goes out and gets them and offers them for everybody to oodle and admire. And like I say, I love building packages. I think that it should be like your birthday when you get a package. So whether it's your birthday or not, I think it should feel like your birthday. So yeah, again, that's what I've been up to. I've been so busy, just outrageously busy doing this, that. Oh, I have meteorites that I plan. I don't sell meteorites, guys. I'm not a meteorite dealer, but I actually bought a couple on, I won a couple on auction for rather affordable, and they needed some help. They needed some windows so you could see what type they were. So I polished a window on this piece here. You can see some of the metal in that piece. It's very flowy, very webby. But we couldn't see any of that without a little window in it. We can see the outside, which is also very pretty and way cool, but we want to see just a peek of what's happening inside as well. And so I went ahead and popped a window into that so we could see. And that, by the way, is a 15-gram meteorite, unclassified. So we could take a guess at what type it is, but we don't have all of the scientific write-up that says that it's, 2% nickel and, 3% olivine and whatever. It's 5 grams, 5.18 grams, and I haven't windowed him yet at all. And I plan on windowing this rough side right here. I'm a collector too, want people to go with these days. Aw, I am kind of on the West Coast. Sorry, you're looking at the palm of my hand. I live in Montana, and I live in the very middle of Montana, but as far north as you can go without going into Canada. So, right on the Canadian border, in the smack dab middle of the state, not in the mountains. When people think of Montana, they think of the mountains. And I live on the prairie. I live on the grassy ocean of the plains of Montana. So yeah, this is a cute little piece. But again, we would love to see what's going on in here. So this rough bottom edge, like I say, he'll lose some grams for sure. But I think that's the side to take a polish. The rest of it, so it's got good desert varnish on it, but the bottom's a little crusty. So that's probably what I'll do with that one. I just haven't yet. I did get a couple for me. We had talked about kind of doing an unboxing, but I was too impatient. I just ripped right into them and started polishing them. I'll show you guys the ones I got for me though real quick. Like I say, I just kind of hastily won those in the auction and was like, sure, somebody will love them. So here's what we were up against. This one was cut, had a window in it, and look, it's covered in this nasty, it's probably like paleo bond. but it might even be super glue or something nastier. Let's see if I can, if you see right here, you can see where there was a hair right around that inclusion. Do you see it reflecting in there? There was a hair stuck in the stupid varnish on this rock or whatever it is. Okay, but this is a great meteorite. The edge of this is very interesting. It's very dark, which to me would indicate that this is a very old, weathered meteorite, that this has sat on Earth's crust for a long time and been subject to some harsh weather. But that big inclusion in there, I really wanted to see that in hand. So I bought this one for me. And maybe in the future I'll get this coating off of here. Maybe I'll try some acetone to get it off. And maybe I don't know. But I bought another one that the same story. The coating on it had, I have no idea, a piece of, I'm gonna venture to say like paper plate or something stuck on it. And so it had like like little lines of paper over here and like one more up here. So when I looked at this meteorite for sale, I was like, oh, it's sad and it needs some help. But I have a flat lap and I can help it. And so again, it was at an affordable price. And the first thing I did when I got it was take it to the flat lap, get the coating and the varnish off of it, and clean it up. So why I picked this meteorite for me is because obviously it's really low metal. There's not a lot of metal in here. Let's see. But there are some chondrules in this meteorite that are just beautiful. And I can't see them in this light at all. There's one little green one right there I can see. Sorry for my camera work. Oh yeah, a little one up here. Anyway, you don't often get the best of both worlds in one meteorite. You don't often get visible metal like this and chondrules in the same meteorite. It's often one or the other. This metal flowing up here. How cool is that? And so it's not the nicest example of either. There's some chondrules up there that are very pretty to me. But it needed some help. It was a pretty meteorite. It was just covered in epoxy crap. Oh, we're getting some of the chondrules to pop. You see those darker spots. Chondrules are very circular shaped, very round. Mixed in this. Oh, the metal though, guys. Check out that metal. Okay, so that one needed help. This one still needs help. Ugh, that stuff on there is just, ugh. It has no business being on there. And ugh, I got this one for me. So consider this your unboxing video. Since I was too impatient to make one otherwise. Something that really caught my eye about this meteorite is look at that chondrule bleb sticking out right there. So you guys see that little black spot sticking out? It's literally sticking out of that meteorite. There's one there. And under the right light and under some magnification, I can see some chondrules through this outer crust, which is an indication that if I cut and polish this, it may be very pretty. It's very hard to tell. There's a little bit of, oh, I thought it was a metal bleb, but I don't think it is. Oh, there's a bleb there though. One sticking out there. And so it's, you know, it's not the prettiest meteorite. Ooh, but it really, oh, and there's a piece sticking out off the side too. You guys are probably not gonna be able to see this. No, maybe. Oh, it was working on it. So this little chunk sticking out here too, by the way, is one big chondrule, and it's kind of a pale green color. And it's not turning out here for you guys, but oh man, if there are chondrules that big in this meteorite, anywhere else in this meteorite, if I can cut across one of those, I will be the happiest girl. Woohoo! I might be as happier than my kissy rock. Mwah. He might be a good one, you guys. This one might be a real pretty meteorite. It's real hard to tell until we get in there, but this may have a future date with the saw. But yeah, that's a good looking chunk, and it's 17.73 grams of unclassified NWA, which stands for Northwest Africa, which is where it was found. And a lot of meteorites are found in Africa because it's a big sandy desert. Any rock that you find there sticks out like a sore thumb. Much like Antarctica, it's a big snow and ice sheet. So any dark rock like this sticking out on the snow sheet, how did it get there? Tons and tons and tons of meteorites are found in Antarctica, almost more than anywhere else in the world, but they're not for collectors, they're for science. So we're not allowed to own those meteorites. But these we are. And so this was a rather affordable meteorite. Like I said, it doesn't probably look like a whole lot to you guys, but to the meteorite enthusiasts, that's got some potential. So I haven't bought meteorites in a long time. I've been kind of on a timeout. So I just dipped my toe in the water again is all. Yeah, Wild. You can get meteorites for excuse me. Ick. I can smell the forest fires today. I can taste them. I can taste it in the air. You can get meteorites for very affordable. And Wild, if you're interested in just dipping your toe in the water, I highly suggest Topher Spin Meteorites. They have an Etsy, and they sell my work, Prairie Girl Rocks Jewelry. There's the Etsy, Facebook Etsy, or at that email there. They send to me some Tektites, Libyan desert glass, and chondrite meteorites, and I wire wrap them and send them back, and they sell them there on their Etsy. So if you want to just dip your toe in and buy like a meteorite necklace, that's a perfectly acceptable way to get started, right? I had some meteorite necklaces sitting out here just a second ago. I wonder where I put them. Oh yeah. So, sorry about the plastic noises. This is a 6.89 gram chondrite, unclassified chondrite. And again, you can see the chondrule or several chondrules, and also some of that metal shining. You can get a good look at the crust on that one as well. Kind of a little bit of a wedgie shape, but nothing you see when you're wearing that as a pendant. So there's, like I say, just one quick example. That's one I had handy. But I've got tons of their stuff, and it's always available right there on Etsy if you're interested. And then, like I say, Libyan desert glass and Tektites and stuff as well. Those have all turned out really pretty. So where to put the card? We'll show the card one more time. Even if you guys don't go purchase anything from Topher Spin on eBay, go give it a heart or a like. You know how that works, the algorithmy thing. Same thing all around here. Guys, I said it before, you guys, Rufo is so close. He's so close to getting fully monetized. He keeps saying like less than 500 hours away. Less than 500 hours. You guys, we can do that for him. I've been sending his links directly to my friends and family. Hey, check this video out. And like I say, my friends and family have a reason to watch that one because he's opening a package of mine. But if you can think of any reason why somebody might watch his video, even from start to halfway through, send it out. share it out. Just right now, let's get him going, give him a chance at this, and then we can support the next guy, which he's been offered that early monetization program. I also have been excuse me, offered the early monetization program, but I'm not as close as he was. I am 100 subscribers away and not very much watch hours away. I'm pretty dang close on the watch hours for that early release monetization program. And then I call myself about halfway there to being fully monetized, but in all honesty, I'm not quite. But I'm always a glass is half full kind of girl. So I'm like, yeah, I'm halfway there. My hard work is paying off. And that kind of optimism makes me feel really good. So, and it is hard work to do this. It's hard work to to try to balance. Am I going to edit my videos today, or am I going to make glass cabs today? Am I going to wire wrap today, or am I going to go rock hounding today? It is a lot of balance. There's a lot going on. So it's busy. So it is hard work, but it's work that I absolutely love. I wouldn't change it for anything. So, but it is nice to see some of the numbers, and to be offered things like the early monetization programs and stuff. It's just always a little bit of a pat on the back that people are noticing what you're doing and appreciating what you're doing, and keep up the hard work. So it's just nice. And I want to see Rufo get monetized. I think that he has more than earned that. And I think we can do that for him, guys. So yeah, share the love. Go out and like Topher Spin Meteorites on eBay. I've been trying to put that link in my descriptions of my videos. So I have not done that yet, but will do that very soon. Rufo's going to be live again later, so we'll catch that later. Jeff and I on Sunday are going to try to open our packages together. Hopefully we can make that happen. If we can't, you guys, we tried. It was a fun thought if we can't, and stay tuned to see how that turns out. What else is going on? The usual stuff, the usual suspects. Checking out podcast on Friday nights, and Ozone does her live in lieu of when it's not that week. And the boys do their together thing. Hey, 406 jumped in and I didn't even see him there. How's it going, Travis? Did you blow some stuff up? I hope so. Oh, I probably shouldn't admit this on live TV, but there were a couple of guys last night, of older guys, and I was like, dang, fellas, this 4th of July has not been kind to either one of you. By the end of the night, they've both been bleeding, and we were super gluing my one buddy's fingers back together after, it was just like, maybe you should get stitches. No, just put some more super glue on that. Oh my gosh, the old guys. Who just got it handed to him this year. It was rough. It was rough. But it was fun. I had a great time. So I hope everybody else did as well. Yeah, oh no. They're okay. They're okay. They're rig workers. They just rub a little crude oil in it. Carry on. Yeah, you got to be a little tough to hang out up here. We're about 100 years behind in technology, manners, all of it. We're about 100 years behind in medical services. Oh, yeah. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. I'm glad you did, Travis. I bet it was beautiful. Fireworks over the river. No, I'm sure it wasn't wild. And I feel bad too. I feel bad when people are like, yeah, I'm going to have to like sedate my dog, and I'm going to have to feed my dog some CBD. And I do feel bad. I do, because I love animals. I really do. And I understand that it's slightly terrifying for some of them. And that, as the owner responsible owner of animals, some people that is not a fun night for them. I've had a dog that wanted to chase fireworks. You gotta, and that's just not a fun night for them. You either have to stay in the truck or stay inside. And I'll stay with you, but I also want to go party a little bit. Yeah, I do understand. But I'm lucky right now. My little dog, she could give a crud less. She's completely uninterested and completely unscathed. So luckily, I've been able to enjoy my last few 4th of Julys quite a bit, along with her company. So, as opposed to some in the past where my dog just, ugh, goes nuts. And yeah, horses, I can't imagine. I've definitely know as a horse owner, that's about the last thing you want is your horses that kind of spooked. So, I'm glad you made it though, Wild. I'm glad you made it through the night. And yeah, you get to enjoy a different kind of joy. You get to enjoy the joy in the company of your horses year round, where we just enjoyed blowing stuff up one night of the year. So it's not all a bad deal. To be a responsible pet owner definitely has its perks and things. So yeah, anyway, you guys know the drill. You know that all of the close-ups on all of these are coming soon. And I'm working on one. I'm actually really kind of late on it. I would have liked to have had it out on Monday. And I just could not make myself sit down and finish the stills. I've got just a couple more stills to add on to the end of that video and it's done. So hopefully I can get my butt in gear. I've been busy. Hopefully I can get my butt in gear and get that last like 4 or 5 shots and get that video published. And that's the one that I went with brother and my boy, and they were out finding some of these glass pieces. We called it relic hunting. And excuse me, they were having a good time together. My boy and his uncle, my boy and my brother. And so that video is coming out. And then this one I'm working on, this one where I took my friend Rebecca and her dog. And so yeah, that's my schedule coming up. And like I say, Sunday I get to finally open Jeff's box. It's over there eyeballing me right now. And I just want to go peel the tape up just a little bit. And maybe it got damaged in shipping and I could get just a peek in the corner or something. No. No, I'm going to be patient and wait until Sunday so we can do that together. So aw. Some pet wood. Got it. I want to go dig some pet wood soon. Yeah, Wild, absolutely. And then like I say, join me. That was her first real like rock adventure and she was just so stoked. She's like, I found my first piece of pet wood. And it probably looked like this or maybe even a little smaller and she was just over the moon about it. So yeah, I am I'm excited to start taking her out more with me. It's kind of nice to have, I like going out alone, but it is kind of nice to have the company. Give me just a quick second. I need a bio break and I'll be back to say my fare thee wells. See, I washed my hands and my hands still aren't clean. Too much barbecue ribs and smoke bombs and firecrackers for me last night. Oh, hey, Gems. How's it going? I hope you're having an awesome day. Yeah, we are just kind of finishing up here. I was just admitting that I meant to get my video of the last week's rocks out just yesterday, or Monday would have been preferable, but I'm slacking on some of my video and photography work. So the video's edited and ready. I just got to get the stills put into the end of it. So hopefully, maybe sometime today. I know Rufo plans on going live again today. Oh, my hands are still wet. I didn't get them dry. I'm sorry. At least you know I washed my hands when I was done taking my bio break. So yeah, Rufo I know is going to do a couple more things today in between some DoorDash and other things going on. So be sure to check that out. Thank you, Jenny. Good to see you. Glad you jumped in here, Jenny. And Gems, look how agatized that piece is. So I was just saying, by the way, that I got my tumbler going. Oh my gosh. Look at me go. And there are a load of rocks in the tumbler right now. But as soon as that's finished, I'd like to do another load of all pet wood. Some of these, again, these size, because they turn out just so cool. I love the sound that they make together. So, yay. I can't believe I procrastinated that tumbler. I'm going to put these in this jar. If you're sensitive to sound, be ready. So I stopped running my tumbler in the winter because I just, the noise in the house is too much for me. And it's not terribly noisy. It's just such a constant that after several weeks of it, I'm like, okay, let's not run the tumbler anymore this winter. And I had one grit left to go on that last batch of rocks, and it sat and sat and sat and sat and sat, and I finally got it going. So we're going to be finishing that batch of rocks, and hopefully when we're done with that, we'll start another load of nothing but pet wood. Regular agates. Yeah, absolutely. In fact, you can tumble them together. You can tumble agates and pet wood and jasper all together. They're about the same hardness. So, yeah, absolutely. Pet wood tumbles great. It's fun stuff to tumble. Yeah, exactly. When the house broke. I'm sorry, Wild. Exactly. When the winter storms hit here, it's time to shut her down. And so I was a little bit lazy kind of getting it back going. So I'm excited that it's out there doing its thing now. It's been running for a couple of days now. So hopefully we'll get to see those finished soon. It's not not going to probably be my best tumbling work since I assume that I left off on that grit. I'm not sure. And so I may have skipped a grit, and just the time, and if I'd have put my attention into it, probably would have turned out better instead of letting it sit for like a year without running it. So they probably won't be great, but oh well. I've got to get it finished so I can get another batch in of pet wood, which I actually really like to do. I probably will kind of skip the majority of rocks from in the future, in my small tumbler anyway. My significant other is working on, yeah, that sucks, Wild, I'm sorry. My significant other is working on a homemade tumbler for me with a piece of PVC pipe, but it's already really heavy, and you've got to fill it with water and grit, and that's going to make it even heavier. And so there's always the real possibility that I fill this thing with rocks and grit and stuff and then put it on the motor, and the motor doesn't quite have the oomph to turn that much weight. So yes, I did absolutely make some more pieces, Jenny. If you remember this one from last week, it was all rough and yucker on top, and I smoothed it out, and it turned into a really pretty piece. So, but yeah, I've got plenty of rocks in the big tumbler, in the homemade tumbler. This one's pretty too, Jenny. It says Wild Rose USA on the back. Too bad it doesn't say Wild Heart, huh? Yeah, that piece, yeah, or like a shell. It's kind of cool, like a seashell or something. And then I wire wrapped this one too, Jenny. This is a new piece, and it's really, really pretty. You see that like opally, I don't know, stuff on top. The aged patina. That's the word I'm looking for. The patina on that stone is to die for. Anyway, cool, Gems. Maybe we could have a video, Gems, of what you got from Chris. Anyway, I don't remember what I was saying yet again. That happens. That happens. I've been busy though, so lots going on, lots to stay going on, lots and lots going on, lots of platinum rocks that I ran through the choppa the other day. They turned out so pretty. I really am in love with that. And then yeah, lots of new finds. Stay tuned to see those in an upcoming video. This one backlit because it is so pretty, you guys. It's just strawberry pink red when the sun comes, the backlight comes through. I can't get it right now because it's too bright in here with all the other lights. I tried twice, I think, to get some light to come through this in the video, but it's so agate-y. Oh, anyway, that's going to be cool to see in the replay, in the still replay at the end of the video. And yeah, like I say, that video is supposed to be coming out. It was supposed to be out Monday. I didn't get it out. I'll get it out soon. And then yeah, I've got just oodles and oodles of stuff to bundle up into little goodie bags to go out the door. I've got oodles and oodles of stuff to throw in the tumbler in the next round. I've got lots of finished jewelry. We didn't even look at half of the finished jewelry. We just looked at the newer stuff that I've got done here. So yeah, lots of pretty rocks for everyone. Lots to share. Lots of us to just look at even. So yeah, I hope everyone had a great holiday. You know the thing that we do. You really should, Gems. Yes, Gems, you really should. I do not. Like I say, Topher and Sue, I'm their featured artist on Etsy, and they do that. Or was it eBay? I don't remember which one they do. I don't have a PayPal because I don't have a cell phone, and PayPal wants that secondary verification. It's let's see, Topher and Sue run I can never remember if it's Etsy or eBay. It's eBay. So there you can pay with your PayPal and all of that stuff. I can't run a PayPal because I don't have a cell phone number, and they want that as that secondary verification. And I have tried every workaround. I have put my best tech buddies on the project, and they cannot hack around that. They can't get the number, any kind of not like paid for cell phone number to unlock that. So I eventually am going to have to do that. And maybe sooner than I thought, because again, that early partnership program was offered to me as well. Sorry, I need to switch these chargers. And they also want you to have a cell phone number for their 2-step verification program. So I'm going to probably have to bite the bullet. Link, please. Yes, absolutely, Jenny. I will put that link in the description of this video. And I will try to keep putting it in the description of any video, especially ones where I'm mentioning my jewelry, so that you can check that out. Topher and Sue, by the way, Sue is amazing. If you order a package from Sue, you're going to think that it was Christmas or your birthday when you open it. It's going to be full of extra little goodies, fun stickers, and everything's going to be wrapped individually so that it takes time to get into it, and it's a surprise what everything is. Everything will be neatly labeled, and all of the extras and goodies. So if you order something from Sue, there's a reason why I partner with Sue at Topher Spin Meteorites, because she has excellent customer service skills. So yes, this link will be in my video description. Be sure. I know, me too, Wild. And she does the best job. So Yeah, you guys check her out. She sells my earth rocks as well. She has a selection of my earth rocks that I find. I don't sell earth rocks that I don't find unless I say so. The platinum material was given to me. I'm very open and honest about that. That's not something I found. It was given to me. Um, and I'm always upfront and honest. You know, the meteorites. I didn't find the meteorites. I bought them. So any other rock though that you see me do work with, unless it's specifically mentioned, it is something I found locally, cut and polished myself, and then wire wrapped. So she does have a selection of my earth rocks, but she also has, like I say, a selection of meteorite jewelry, Libyan desert glass jewelry, and tektite jewelry. So she is a member of the International Meteorite Collectors Association. Her husband is, and I am. This is my IMCA number. And it's not easy to be an International Meteorite Collectors Association member. You have to have 2 letters of recommendation from already existing members. You have to write your own letter that says why you should be accepted, and then it is voted on by a panel of a president, a vice president, all of that. They vote, and then you can be accepted in and given an IMCA number -6283. So Topher and Sue are IMCA members as well. And that is just, I mean, you guys, that is my guarantee to you that I will not sell you a fake meteorite. Will never, ever, 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 ever sell you a fake meteorite, a fake Libyan desert glass, or a fake tektite. They, like I say, they have also these numbers and will also only sell genuine material. So I know the dang glare keeps messing up. Anyway, that's all that IMCA is about. But I promise you guys, if you're interested, she sells my earth rocks. She sells a lot of my other jewelry as well. That's a great place to go since I don't have a cell phone and can't get a PayPal set up. Like I say, YouTube has offered me the early partnership program as well. And in order to get that activated, I'm going to have to get a cell phone with an actual cell phone number. And nobody said I have to use it though, right? Nobody said I have to text and use it. So yes, Topher Spin. You've got it, Gems. Topher Spin Meteorites. You can find it on Facebook. You can find it on eBay. And they have on their Facebook a direct link that you can go to. And if you go to that direct link, you're going to get your best prices out of them. If you shop on eBay and look at the pictures and see something you like, you can go to their direct link on Facebook and get it without the eBay fees. Just check out the description. Like I say, everything is labeled and described very well, and probably cross-posted on their personal link and on eBay. Or if you like eBay, shop there. So, but yeah, it's all over, guys. My stuff is everywhere. It's available. You guys can work out a deal with me. My brother will accept Venmo payments for me, and I accept Cash App. So lots of ways to get rocks and glass pendants or whatever your heart desires. Some gypsum. I know that Chris sure did like that gypsum that my kid found. We call it Caden's gypsum. My kid's name is Caden. So that's Caden's gypsum. I got red glowing crystals. We got to look into this. Yeah, pet wood. You want some pet wood, Wild Heart? I'd love to send you some pet wood. These, like I said, glow red under the UV. You'll have to wait for some stills on these. Even that's tricky. UV photography is something I'm still kind of struggling with, and I'm going to have to get better at. So, but yeah, that's the hold up here for my latest video, is that I couldn't make myself sit still and take some pictures long enough to get all of that work done. It's just a mere couple of pictures away is all. And then the next one, this hunt, the video's all there. I just got to get some stills to put on the end, and that'll be out next week, hopefully sometime. Jeff and I are going to do our thing on Sunday. Rufa will be live later. Gems promised that she's going to make an unboxing video. Put you on the spot, Gems. I'm kidding, you guys. She didn't promise that. But we should give her a hard time. I hope she does. Good. I'm glad it's stuck in your head, Gems. I have. I have actually, Jenny. I mean, if you ever want to claim any of this, my email is in my bio on YouTube. It's prairiegirlforlife@gmail.com. It's spelled just a little funny. Shoot me a message. I'm on the Discord. Shoot me a message. Say claimed here. I'll get in touch with you somehow. Like I say, my payment options aren't as flexible as a lot of other people, and that's kind of been my holdup. A lot of people don't like Cash App for one reason or another. They maybe have never even used Cash App, but they don't want to. So that's kind of been a holdup for me for doing live sales, is that my brother is taking Venmo payments. I think my significant other has a PayPal as well, and that he would obviously probably help me out with some PayPal payments if that was easy for you guys to do. So yeah, Cash App's great. It's super easy. I really like it. It's been great as a mom with 2 kids. It's been a great way to, like, oh, you're on your, on a track trip and you forgot your, $5 that I gave you for lunch. Fine, I'll send you another 5, or, whatever. So, and yeah, by the way, yeah, hi, Boo. I know I said hi earlier, but I think he's been lurking with Jeff. So, but yeah, I've tried to end this now a couple of times. We're pushing an hour and a half, which is fine. That's not terribly long or short, but yeah. Yeah. Square. I've heard Square is great. Square is something that Topher Spin Meteorites does accept. So if you see something there that you love, Jenny, we can work something out. Yeah, exactly. It's my kids can't spend more than they have on their Cash App card. They can't overdraw that. So it's good for them to be able to have a little bit of something they can spend when they're out of town or on a trip or something, and to know that if it isn't quite what they need, I can always send more. So oh, it might say, yeah, it's GRL instead of GIRL, right? And then the number 4 and the word life on my email. You got it. You got it, Gems. I should get better like Dave and like have, my email on a little thing just to slide into the screen and show you guys, but I like that piece of wood. If you sell, which one? My favorite one? This one, Gems? Or Wild? Yes. Yeah, I probably would. I probably would sell it. Um, you'll have to wait just a minute though, because I do need to get some pictures of it to go along with the video of me finding it. So, if you want to drop me an email, we can chat about it. But yeah, you'll have to, if you're interested in that one in particular, you'll have to be just a little bit patient with me. But yes, I probably would. As much as I love it, I probably would sell it to you. Yeah, I'm sure it is too. The way that my tripod is rigged up with jeweler's wire and hair ties, so I don't really want to be messing around with you. I don't want to be typing and chatting and stuff because I'm afraid that my hair ties and jeweler's wire tripod fix may abruptly come crashing down. So so I could probably be adding some of those into the links and the chats and the things and stuff, but how about it'll be in the video description when this video goes public when we're done. I have done that, Jenny. I have done that because I have like, okay, I'm gonna take you out of here one more time real quick. Sorry about the palm of my hand. Um, I have this whole, minus the candle that goes up top. This whole thing up here is covered in pet wood. Little jars of it, bowls of it, chunks of it. And then I have an entire what would you call it? Cookie jar? A great big old cookie jar full. I mean, that thing is humongous, big cookie jar, plumb full of petrified wood over in the other corner. My kids got a few that sit like on the entertainment center, and some of them are quite chunky. So I have actually gathered up some of that. We've gone through that cookie jar, and we've gone through some of that that's up there on top of that big amp over there. Yeah, they are yummy. So, you know, I have done it before, but it's something I could very well do again in the future. Yeah, it does, doesn't it, Gems? Looks like a rockhounder's house. Everyone should have rocks on every available surface. So, yeah, I've been busy wire wrapping stuff. I want to cut some of this. There's going to be, Jeff has promised me that there's going to be some stuff in that package on Sunday that I'm going to need to want to cut, want to cut. And yeah, okay, well, Gems, I actually was thinking about maybe doing a video because I need to do some work in my display case. Yeah, right on, Wild. I actually have a piece of deer hide under here. It's got a little wet spot on it here. This is not one that I've hand tanned, hoofda, but I do have some buckskin that I have hand tanned, and that's not something I'm ever looking forward to doing again in the near future. I'm getting a little old, I'm not gonna lie, and my fingers are starting to kind of get a little arthritic. And there's the tanning hides is very physical on your hands, and I'm just not sure that I've got the tough in me anymore to do any more hide tanning. But it reminds me of your light stand. I thought you meant of your house all full of rocks. Yeah. I looked for another one when I went to the big town the other day, and I did not find one. I found one kind of like another one that I have that's like a gooseneck, I think is the style they call it. And so excuse me, it like bends at all kinds of angles and stuff, and I like that one, but it wobbles a lot. Anytime you bump it or the table, it'll send you guys a bouncing and wobbling. So try to the big town. Yeah, and by the big town, you wouldn't, there's one stoplight, and it's kind of pointless. So yeah, but they didn't have anything better than the gooseneck, which I didn't love. So I just figured I'd keep rocking this old hair tie and wire wrapped tripod. I should try to figure something out there, but I'm so busy doing other things. So, and it rained here the past couple of days, so I did have some time to work on some other things, and did not get to go out rock hunting. And I stepped on something in my yard, a wire. It was a piece of rusty baling wire. I'm not gonna lie, I know what it was. And I kind of hurt the bottom of my foot, so I took a couple of days to try to really stay off my feet. So no rock hounding for me for a couple of days. So, but I'm back at it now. The weather's nice, except that it smells like forest fire out there. It's not so thick, though, that it's making the sky yellow and hard to see rocks. So I might have to go for a little rock hunt this afternoon. It's meteorite night for me, which means we all get together on Zoom and show off our meteorites and talk meteorites with each other. Oh, thanks, Jenny and Wild and Gems, and you girls rock. I am. My local nurse up here really likes to make you leave the clinic feeling like she punched you real hard in both shoulders if she can. So yes, I've had my tetanus recently. I clearly remember Tana getting her sick pleasures off of giving me a tetanus shot. She's a great nurse. You know, the old flu test when they stick the Q-tip up your nose straight to the back of your brain. She had to do that on one of my boys one time, and she came in and was like, hey, how's it going? Let's play this game. Can you sit on your hands? And my kid's like, yeah, I sure can. And he's got his hands neatly tucked right underneath of his butt as she's like, cool. Whoop! Straight up his nose, straight to the back of his brain. And he couldn't even fight back because he was sitting on his own hands. I was like, dude, that was slick. That was a good way to go. Nurse move plus 100 points. So yes, I am current on my tetanus. She is a great nurse. She's slightly evil, but yeah, flu test, COVID test, whatever you want to call it. That one. You got it. That's the one, Jims. Next time they want to do that to you, sit on your own hands. I promise you won't fight back. You won't even have time to get your hands out from under your bum, and they'll be done. All right. Now I'm rambling. Anyway, Wild, that can have your name on it if your heart's really set on it. Get in touch with me. Send me an email. I promise I won't mix it up with the others. As many millions of rocks that are in this house, I can still go get that one rock here, and I know that one rock's there, and that other one rock's there, and I've got to be some kind of freaking savant to be able to keep all of that straight. Somebody should like probably check my brain out for science when I'm long gone and decide how I did that, how I kept all those rocks straight all those years. But I do have a bit of like savant ability when it comes to keeping track of my rocks, so it's not going anywhere. Yeah, I may miss Rufo's live tonight. He really likes to go live on Wednesday nights when I'm doing my meteorite meeting. The only reason I would ever miss Karen, Rufo, Gems, any of you guys that are doing stuff, the only reason I would ever miss it is for my meteorite meeting or band stuff. Otherwise, I try real hard to make it to all of that stuff. Because I love you guys. You're a great rock fam. The best rock fam. Wouldn't have it any other way. So... yeah, if I'm not there, know that I am there in thought. I really do want to support Rufo, especially through this last, like I say, like 500 hours he needs to get fully monetized. So, you bet though that as soon as I'm done with my meeting, the replay will be playing. So, yeah, go out, like some videos, share some love. Leave a nice comment somewhere for somebody. All that algorithm stuff helps. I appreciate you girls checking that Topher spin stuff out for me. Go like that. eBay, go leave that little, they like the little heart emblem, not the thumbs up. So go hit that little heart. It just, like I say, it just helps the algorithm. And I appreciate that very much. Oh, that's okay, Gems. I didn't even notice. We haven't really been showing anything or doing anything interesting here for a minute now. We just kind of been visiting with each other anyway, so. I hope that tripod can handle that slight little adjustment I just made there. But yeah, so that's kind of what's going on for me in the middle of this week. We've made it halfway through. It didn't even seem all that bad because 4th of July kind of interrupted the drudgery of the beginning of the week. Druzy's not showing up. So usually I feel like it's quite an accomplishment to make it to Wednesday. And I'm like, yay, guys, we've done it. Pat yourselves on the back. We've made it halfway through the week. We can make it the other half. But it just has, it feels like the weekend to me right now. I feel like, well, I didn't work yesterday. I got the day off. And today is my regular day off. And I scheduled that when I started that job. I was like, I have a meteorite meeting on Wednesday nights. Can I have Wednesday off? And they were like, sure. So, you know, when you're scheduling your meteorite meeting around your occupation, it takes priority over lives and things. So, but yeah, it's important to me. I love my meteorite family as much as I love my rock family. So you guys know I'll be there hanging out with them tonight if I'm not at Rufo's, and I'll be watching the replay soon. So, but yeah, keep your heads up. Sunday for me and Jeff, we're going to try to go live together and do the unboxing, the opening. I get to see what Jeff sent me. He gets to see what I sent him. So Oh, did you get blocked gems for using too many emojis? I hope not. Oh, you just like their options better than the ones on YouTube. I get what you're saying. Yeah, they're kind of. Yeah. I use the heart so much. I do. I use it everywhere. And it's kind of funny because they're building a patio area at the local watering hole at the Vets Club, and they're gonna decorate the wood paneling with all of the local brands. And hey, Spot, glad you could join us at the very end here. I actually have a heart-shaped branding iron, and I asked the gal the other day, the gal who's in charge of the project, I was like, it's not my brand exactly, but could I come put my heart-shaped branding iron down here on the paneling? And she's like, absolutely. So, and then it's even I even incorporated the little heart into my stickers. I put it everywhere. It's my little trademark, you guys. So I use the heart a lot in my chat. It doesn't mean I've got, a special thing for you or anything, and just use it a lot. So it might mean I'm especially happy to see you, or that you're one of my favorite people or something. I'd have a little bit of a hidden meaning, but I put it everywhere. I've got it all over the place, and I do it all the time here too. Go share the love. Here's my little heart. So yeah, yes, Sunday, and I don't know. We haven't exactly sat down and penciled out what kind of time zone differences we're dealing with here, or when we're going to do that. But I would imagine that it would be, let's say, whatever time it is where you are right now, 4 hours earlier than it is now, would probably be about when we're shooting for on Sunday. Um, early morning on the West Coast, afternoon on the East Coast sort of schedule. So just a heads up to be watching for that on Sunday. And if you missed the live, be sure to check the replay out. It'll be the first time Jeff gets to visit with everybody live. We'll see how he copes with reading the comments and entertaining everybody at the same time. I'm sure he'll do great. He's an absolute teddy bear, so it should be great. I'm excited. Did you guys watch that video that his wife put out the other day? Whoo, she's got good taste in rocks. If you haven't checked that out, go see the eye candy there. Was Nah, he's got some videos out. It'll be his first time live though. No, Jenny, I think that the way that works is, I don't know. Maybe it will be, but the way that, like, I've never done it yet, and I think that's how Rufo and Tyler, or how Chris and Tyler do their podcast thing that they do together. Um, but I'm really not sure how that works. I know that when it's an option on my thing, when I go live, it says, would you like to go live together? Would you like to invite somebody into your live? And if you actually click that, before you even say who you would like to select as your live invitee, it starts telling you, just so you know, you are responsible for everything that this person says or does, or on your live channel. So I'm not sure if it'll just appear on my channel or if it'll appear on both of ours, but I know that if Jeff drops an F-bomb, I'm responsible for it on my channel, which whatever, we're all grown-ups. I use some rather crude language. I use some rather crude language and tell some rather crude stories sometimes. I don't try to change who I am to make anybody happy. So I'm sure it'll be great. Like I say, Jeff's kind of, to me, he seems like kind of a big teddy bear. So I just can't imagine that being anything less than a pleasant interaction, a pleasant exchange between the two of us. And I'm looking forward to it greatly. I hope you guys are as well. Yeah, I think he's plenty personable. He didn't seem at all shy about it. He was all for it. So I think it's going to be great. I'm really excited. So yeah, that's coming up. And then, like I say, just go out, share the love, hit those like buttons, leave those comments. It all helps everybody know that they are doing a good job. And sometimes it is. Jenny, I agree. And like I say, we're all big kids here. We know. So yeah, Gems, I can't do the heart thing on my laptop either. I can only do it on my cell phone. So when I'm chatting on my laptop, it's like I want to be throwing my little heart all over the place and I just can't. So there, Wild Heart's got it. She's got purple hearts going on her thing, and Spot's just like, what's going on? Where's Jeff? How come I'm so outnumbered? Where are all the guys? Oh, you guys, I've thoroughly enjoyed my coffee. It's almost gone. It's cold. I need to go refill. And I've got about 1,001 projects that I could be keeping myself busy with this afternoon. So I hope that this has inspired you guys to go do something awesome. I hope it made you smile a little bit, just right in the middle of your week. Right in the middle of your week, I hope I made it just a little bit. Oh, Spot's a woman? I always thought Spot was gonna like chase me down the trail and eat me because she looks like a cougar. That didn't sound good when I said it. She looks like a cougar. I don't mean that, Spot. I mean you look like a mountain lion. In your thing, you look like a mountain lion. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say you look like a cougar. Puma. There's a puma on your thing. Ah, that, oh my goodness, you just never know what you're saying until you say it, do you? I'm sorry, Spot, all this time. Oh, it's so easy to be, in the chat when you're chatting and nobody can hear the tone of your voice. It's so easy to just refer to everybody the same. You're my friend in the rock group, you're my rock fam, and it's so easy to just treat everybody like they're your brother and sister, than it is to really care about who they are or where they come from or what gender they are. Oh no, Wild, I was too. Oh. Wouldn't it be though? It would be fun. And on the internet, Spot, you can live whatever life you want. You could be a 40-year-old dude living in your mom's basement. We wouldn't know, nor would we care. I'm glad we've made it this far and the trolls haven't come in, you guys. You should have seen my kid too. He's like reading it and he's like, oh, I just now read what that said. That's pretty much what Wild just did when I made that hand gesture. Oh, that is not helping, she said. Oh, you guys. All right. I love you guys. I hope that this has brightened the middle of your week. I hope that this has made that climb up to Wednesday. Now you're headed for the decline, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. And I look forward to seeing you guys all very soon. Right? It's a great one, though. I love Spot. I really do. I really do like that username. We've had a lot of fun with it. See Spot run, all of that. But yeah, with the like mountain lion profile picture, I would tell you guys one final story and then we're gonna get out of here. We go up on 4th of July weekend sometimes to the Sundance over on the Fort Belknap Indian Reservation. We went up there and it's a spiritual thing that they're doing up there, and sometimes it gets a little bit heavy. And you can get in your vehicle and drive away and go down to the canyon. There's a little swimming hole down there, and that's a great place to just play and cut loose and whatever. We were down there, took a bunch of kids, and I just I don't know. I'd walked ahead of the group and was picking a little bouquet of wildflowers, and I don't know what inspired me. Hi, Mom. That's my mom, everybody. I don't know what inspired me, but I turned around and said, "There's a mountain lion." And I was kind of running towards the cars. And one of the other adults there took this joke hook, line, and sinker and was like literally terrified for his life. And he literally pushed little kids out of his way, one after the other, just like swam through them, just knocked them down on his way to the car. And we were like, dude, you should probably check yourself a little bit there, man. Like, uh, really wild. Your sister's name is Belinda, but that's not a very common name at all. I think I'm almost 40 years old now, and I don't think I've ever met another Belinda. Lots of Lindas and other things like that, but Belinda, not a common name. That's cool. Anyway, we laugh at him still, like, you know, self-preservation over his children, even. Like, thankfully there was really no mountain lion and everybody was safe, but and it's only in an instance like that that you can laugh at somebody for doing that. But yeah, that's when I see Spot's profile picture, I just can imagine full-grown men swimming through children to get away from the threat and the danger. So I always just assumed that Spot was pretty darn tough, and she may be. We don't know. Wow, that's a very unique name as well. And yeah, the Belindas in the world, they deserve the keychains with their names on them as well. That's not fair. I may have actually seen one that with the name Belinda on it, but I don't think I've ever met another Belinda. Unless especially made, right, Gems? Handmade are better than the mass produced anyways. Oh, hey mom, I was telling Chris about how excited you were earlier, excuse me, about the potential of some of my petrified wood being cut. I was like, she was rooting you on. Do it, Chris, cut it. Telling everybody how you think I never cut my petrified wood. I don't cut it as often as I probably should, but it's hard to work with. It's especially hard to work with. It's hard as agates and jasper and everything else. And so you guys are great. Oh, yeah. So mom and who else just came at the very end there? Was it Spot? I think maybe. Boot's been lurking. He's been um uh yeah, lurking. Yeah. All right, guys. So now we're pushing 2 hours. When I said we were gonna say goodbye, it was over half an hour ago. So, but yeah, we'll have to say our goodbyes for now. If I'm not there tonight, if Rufo's live tonight, you guys know why I'm not there, and I wish him all the best, and all of you, I wish you all the best. We'll do this again soon. Hang in there for the second half of the week. It's all downhill from here. We're all gonna be great. Yeah, my mom's initials are BS, in case you guys didn't notice that. I think that's bullshit, to be perfectly honest with you. And she has no middle name. Her mother gave her no middle name. And so it was BS before she was married. Her maiden name starts with an S as well. And her married name starts with an S. So she's just been BS her entire life. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that stands for bullshit. That is total bullshit. My poor mom. Yeah, cut it, Chris. She's still over there, like, go, Rufo. And then I told him that you were like, did you see how clean his house was? I can't believe you sent him glitter. Oh, you guys, my mom is great. She's a straight shooter for sure. Oh, well, I'm gonna go cut some more. Look, I cut the heck out of this. See? I can cut things. I do cut things. And then I freeform things too. Why do I have to cut all my beautiful pet wood? I don't have to cut it. You come cut it. You know how to run the saw and the flat lap and the big machine. By the way, your mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll. My mom does both. She dances like no one's watching, and she plays with rocks. So, anyway, yeah, it's always, you guys want to ever want to claim, feel free to just shout claim in the thing. If you guys ever want to just shoot me a yes, yeah, that's how that works, Gems. Shoot me an email. It's in my bio, and I will try to religiously put that link into the description. I will try to get better at that. It wasn't a bomb. The glitter was minimal. It was festive, not bomb, not glitter bomb, festive and fun. And yes, the sparklies have been re-requested in someone else's package already. Somebody said that's fun, put that in my package. So see, I'm not crazy. I know what I'm doing. It's not like I put a bunch of bullshit in there. All right, I love you guys. I love you. We could just sit here and do this all day, but yeah, we won't. Somebody will rewatch this and be offended, I'm sure I said something politically incorrect. Never mind them if they can't take a joke, right? Yeah, so we had everybody pop through. It was a great crowd this morning. We had Jeff, we had 406 even, we had Travis stop in. We've had Spot, we've had Boot, we've had Wild Heart. I think this is one of Wild Heart's like longest hangs in one of my lives. We had Gems, we've had Jenny, we've had Mom. Oh, it was a good one, you guys. You guys really make my middle of my week a lot happier. I hope I do the same for you. So anyway, until then, happy hounding. Rock on. Enjoy the beautiful weather. Tell Canada to keep their forest fires. Oh, and California too. Tell them to keep the smoke to themselves. And hopefully we'll have more exciting things to talk about again in the near future. Maybe we'll get to cut some of Jeff's rocks. He really, I think, is excited about seeing some of that happen. So hopefully we'll cut some rocks. And I took video. I want to tell you guys too. I took video of me cutting the platinum rock. I was, first of all, absolutely mind-blowing that Sam the Rockman was able to get me a piece like the perfect size for my saw. I actually stopped what I was doing and made a video and was like, look how perfect this rock is for this saw blade. And for some reason, the video recorded without audio. So, of course, I can always do a voiceover and show you guys as I'm going along. It's just kind of, I don't know. It feels awkward at this moment in time. So I may pass on sharing that video. I may share it with a musical entourage over the top. I don't know. But something wonky happened with that. No audio. So I'm going to have to be really careful. I'm in the market for a new phone, I think, guys, and also a phone number so that we can get some of this stuff moving along. The YouTube partnership and some PayPal and stuff as well. So there's some of the stuff I'm working on in the future, near future, some of the stuff I've been working on. That's kind of my weekly update here. It's been just busy. Yeah, so it doesn't bother me either, Spot. I've always worked just as tough as the man standing next to me, if not tougher anyway. So we're all equal in my eyes. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I call you guys all guys, whether you're girls or guys anyway. So like I say, we're all brothers and sisters. We're all equal in my rock family eyes. So anyway, I'm glad to know. Like I say, so I don't make that mistake. And then the pronunciation thing. Oh, it's easy when you're in the chat and you're like, hey, Boot, how's it going today? And then when you're actually in alive and you're like, hey, so how's that pronounced? And he's like boot. And I'm like, can I say that with a Canadian accent and like boot? Like really oot? Like oot in a boot? We're oot in a boat today, guys. Hey, buddy, we're oot in a boat. So I always want to say boot with just a little bit like a little something in it. I don't know what that is. So it's always easy to sound right in the chat and to sound wrong when everybody can actually hear the tone of your voice. So right? Right? Oh. All right, guys. I'm going to do it. I'm going to end on my theme song. Pretty rocks out on the prairie, pretty rocks are everywhere. Sing along if you know the words. Pretty rocks for are everywhere. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you all again soon.